Live from the Preston Highway Studios, it's 24-hour Purple People.
Well, hello and welcome back to 24-hour Purple People. My name is John Harper, and we are absolutely thrilled to have you along for the ride today as we are all set to talk LouCity FC, Racing Louisville, and everything to make sure you get your weekly dose of purple. And on today's show, Racing Louisville stands tall with a defiant victory on the road. City splits the points at home against Meow Wolf, and we look forward to the 285th LIPA FC, but has it lost a little luster? We'll find out. We'll talk about that. And joining me for tonight's program is two swell individuals, two men that bleed purple. First, from the midnight margins to the morning pulse, this is the same intro as last week. He's the strategist behind the chaos and the calm, whether it's campaign maps, match stats, or music that moves us so. Ken doesn't just follow the rhythm, he rewrites it. Welcome to the hour where purple reigns and possibility never sleeps. Ken Luther, welcome to the program, Ken. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's up? Apologize for the music going out. I burned out the battery using the fans at the tailgate. It happens.
Yeah, it does happen, and that's okay. We improvised. We met some swell people along the way, so I think it was...
We could hear each other talking, so that was
that was a weird change of pace, right? Like being able to understand everybody. I don't know if I like that.
Can't do that anymore.
Yeah, could be a potential problem. All right, well, that other voice you heard that I heard at the tailgate because of the lack of music. Sometimes he writes, sometimes he talks, sometimes when we touch the honesties too much. But we can still be friends, right, Matt? Matt Dalton, how's it going,
Absolutely.
Matt?
I'm good, Johnny. It's fall. This is the first week of fall officially. We're going to enter into autumn. I don't trust this weather at all whatsoever.
It's going to get hot again, man. Come on, you know.
Yeah, dude. 70s in August. I don't. Something's going to happen.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was like, wow, I might actually have to put on a light jacket or something. Like, I didn't, but it felt like it was in the 50s. Crazy compared to what it has been. And I mean, it's supposed to be nice all the way up until this weekend, Friday night. Of course, racing at home again in a big match that we need to win and we need to show up, and it's going to be beautiful. So we have no excuse.
Yeah. You don't even have to bring that layer of sweat that you bring from home, or at least that's what I do. That's what I bring from home.
I'll probably bring that anyway. But all right, well, we start tonight fresh off the back heels of last night's match as Racing Louisville gets a huge 3 points out west in San Diego, defeating a team that was second on the table. They just kept moving up, showing the league that this isn't your same old Louisville squad. The fourth road win of the year, a club record, was a nail-biter, no doubt, but one that Coach Bev called a gritty performance and ended at In-N-Out Burger, of all places, so you really can't beat that. Let's go to some highlights. I don't know if you guys saw the celebration at In-N-Out Burger.
I did not.
Absolutely.
I didn't either.
Absolutely love it.
That's also where Paul Giamatti celebrates his Oscar wins, so it's a very prestigious establishment, In-N-Out Burger.
It's one off from White Castle, I think.
I believe you. All right, guys. Last night, big match in San Diego. I was pumped up. I actually got Katie to fire this up on the old full screen TV. The Superstition, yeah.
What a treat. What a dream.
I know.
And they won. So I think that maybe it means something. Maybe a change of
yeah.
Maybe. How about these lineups?
I think they're
That's
great.
a nice change of pace, too. Look at a lineup.
Yeah, no kidding. And then talking about it in ad nauseum. Did we have any changes? I don't think we did. I think this is the same lineup from the previous game.
Did Ari start last week?
That's the only question I have.
Yeah. Maybe that might be different, but aside from that, yeah. We've got a really young front line, right?
So,
Emma's she's the wily veteran in her second year.
Yeah, and notice that Haas, who first started for us as a wing back or left or right back, has now moved to forward, and Sonis has now moved to the back position. So that's pretty interesting as well, as people are starting to find their place on this team.
I think Sonus has adapted really well to that position. I don't know if she's had previous experience there or not, but the last few games she's been locked in. She's been really delivering.
I think we talked about this over the various communication devices that we have, Matt, is that I felt like the first half, maybe statistically pointed towards San Diego, but I felt like we were even. We had our chance, just like that one right there from Taylor Flint. So I felt it was going both ways in this first half, at least.
Yeah, Flint very nearly put us on the board early with that shot with their keeper off their line. Yeah, if you look at possession stats, I mean, I think it was 75-25 San Diego in the first half. There's Emma Sears trying for that far corner.
She missed by about a foot, and I think she had a second one in the first half, just like that. So they certainly were trying to feel out the wings and move the ball up the wing, and then getting it either on goal from a tight angle or from a cross. I really is what I felt like we were trying to do to them. They were certainly trying to just jam it up the middle, which we did not allow them to do very well. Here's another one from Emma.
Good break. I think that one was even closer.
It was even closer two ways.
You want to will it over the line.
Yeah, it was even closer two ways. Weber was also probably a foot or two off of it. So that's one of those shot cross things. Was it a shot? Is it cross? I don't know. Just get it into that dangerous area.
I want to say that I read that we have, I think we might lead the league in crosses. We might be up there at least.
There's a reason for that. Is now with the addition and starting to find familiarity with Haas.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. We had a lot of shots.
Another one. It was nearly from Flint there.
But we have a lot of speed on both the left and the right, and that gives us a lot of width and depth coming up the wings.
And I think San Diego had trouble keeping it wide. I know that when we were defending a lot in the second half, it was kind of setting back a little bit. We really didn't have to go like further than the box, right? They weren't keeping me at the length of the field. Most kind of keeping it compact.
I don't have the luxury of a heat map, but it seems like to me that most of the attacks and most of I'll say it. Most of the penetration that San Diego was getting was coming up in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And from a tactical sense, that is a word you should never Google to find examples of.
Yes. Be very careful. Bloomer with one of her 8 saves on the night. Just super quick reaction time. I mean, that's a goal. She doesn't get in front. Gets that right paw up there.
Yeah, she was brilliant this game. I think,
yes,
certainly from a statistical standpoint and a FOTMOB standpoint, I think she got the highest marks. I think there were some other standout players in this game. But I really thought Bloomer was brilliant.
She's up for Team of the Week this week, so get your votes in. We had 48 clearances to their 9. I just want to point that out after we saw that last clearance. Just some really lopsided statistics in this one. Here we see a little San Diego dance and then wide of the mark.
But even then, I mean, it was a quick transitional break, but we still got a lot of bodies back behind the ball. So they missed, but there were still bunch of bodies between us and them.
We have done a really good job of transitioning. Actually, both teams have really upped to their transition game.
Did you see that press right there?
Mm-hmm.
Now they passed their way out of the press, but we're still getting bodies back behind the ball.
Right.
Woo, that was close.
We did get lucky. Post helped us out there, but again, we had four players between that breaking runner and the goal? I mean, 3?
I think we'd want a few more, but they had 3 and we had 5 already coming back and putting themselves in a position to be able to make a play.
Spacing in this game was at a premium, and it was very important, especially as we'll see in our the goal that we had in the second half. Halftime hug time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hug yourself.
So
Savannah McCaskill, on your face.
Savannah McCaskill got hurt in the first half, did something to her knee. And I believe, as I recall correctly, she came out in the second half and continued to play, but she was not moving very well at all. And I think that's one of the things that kind of contributed to our success until they pulled her off, is that although she's vital to orchestrating their play going forward, she was unable to cover on transitions and counterattacks from us. You'll see
they
that.
talked about on broadcast that she was like she's the tempo player, right? She sets the tone, the tempo of the game, and she's moving a little slower. I mean, that definitely affects the rest of the team.
I mean, she was never the speediest player. I mean, she played for us, and we know her pretty well. But in this case, I really think she took a knock, maybe had a knock before that, and was unable to cover any good ground, especially going in the second half.
We've had a lot of success lobbing it in from that right side. Although I will say San Diego's McNabb did have Emma covered pretty well for most of this game. Obviously not the entire game, but she was able to keep up. And Emma is really fucking fast. I don't know if you guys know that or not.
He got away a couple times.
This is such a good ball. Just the touch, bringing it down, the shot. She'd missed from that same spot, maybe a little further out, a little wider, a couple times already. But, I mean, just squaring up and taking the shot. I think she dips a little bit to her right and then kind of brings it back into her left. Here we go. Oh, yeah. What a great touch. I mean, just bringing it down.
Yeah. They said they've been working on that. We've seen, I think we saw this last game as well. It's that kind of depth and that width that we get from these two phenomenally fast players and young, both on the left and the right side. And Taylor Flint's ability to start to be able to orchestrate passing into those wings, as well as our defensive players, I think is really starting to pay some dividends.
Yeah, that was Haas's first NWSL assist on that Sears goal. By the way,
I mean, had a great game, and Haas had a great game. Bloomer had. I mean, there are a lot of people that had a great game. But I think especially seeing a rookie play that well, coming into the league, finding her place, that was fantastic.
Yeah, and in a position where she didn't start the season, right? So she's had to adjust and adapt on the way there, and just to be playing at this level, this well, under this kind of pressure in a playoff race. I mean, yeah, you can't say enough about it.
Who that Dali, that French player, she was a handful. Man, she could move the ball at her feet. But they still were all jammed up in the middle, and they were unable to really get any good crosses in. They were super, super dangerous.
Yeah, right. You could see, like, in our goal, you could see how much space we had opened up on the wing. Like, Emma went into just wide open spaces, but they're staying really compact in the middle there. And which honestly just makes it easier to defend. So thanks,
maybe
San Diego.
Maybe that was purposeful. We certainly were at squeaky bum time right now. But they weren't able to break that final line either. And so they had to take most of their shots from the top of the box. You were saying?
It's going to be final whistle, I believe. I think it was really important for us to take the lead and then have to kill that game, especially with 6 minutes of stoppage time, which is not, the 11 minutes that we had in previous games. But it's really important that we killed that game. We took it down at the last minute. They had a shot on target after 90. We still came away with the victory on the road. It showed that we can do that. It changes the narrative almost entirely since after the break, right? We've dropped points in every Every game we've had since the break, we gained them. In this one, we killed the game. I mean, yeah, changes the narrative.
Yeah, well, we definitely pole vaulted over that mouse turd at the end of the game, and finally put it away and got away from that mental mind fuck. So yeah, absolutely.
That's what I said. You said that better. That was like Shakespeare.
Well, speaking of pole vaulting over the poop, I mean, this has been a brutal run, and we're putting this shit behind us, right? So 2-2-2 in these last 6 for the top clubs in the league, and our first win ever out at Snapdragon Stadium for racing.
Right.
So, yeah, unbeaten.
Win or lose or draw, we're a really tough team to play right now.
Absolutely. And to go unbeaten in the final 3 matches of this brutal 6-game stretch has been very eye-opening, and I think we saw it in the post-match. The interview was with Emma Sears and Jordan Bloomer, and, they were kind of, I think Jordan said, the rest of the league can kind of sleep on us if they want, but that's fine, and they're using it to their advantage to motivate them in these matches. Coach Bev calling this a gritty performance, and the belief that I continue to speak about was that all present in today's match, nobody stopped tonight, and I think that is absolutely for certain. Racing played to the very end. It was pretty let me just say my anxiety was through the roof in those 5. I did not want to see either of your tickers. Yeah. I didn't want to see any of your tickers blow up that you referenced last week.
It was rough. Watching the
It'd be like a cartoon, right? It would like lift the shirt.
Yeah, so we asked the players when we saw them at Porch that during these 4 games, we wanted them to bring home 4 points. And they went ahead and brought home 5. They said, fuck that.
Yeah.
That's go for us.
Yep. Absolutely.
And let the league keep sleeping on us, because we're going to haunt your fucking nightmares. How about that? How about that, NWSL? Oh.
I like it.
I don't think they're sleeping on us anymore, man.
No.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think they're not going to be sleeping on us anymore. I think that's something that we'll have to watch out for.
There's some looking at the standings. There's some gaps starting to open up. Obviously, there's a gap all the way at top with Kansas City, but the distance, certainly we have 2 teams that are in the basement. Don't look like they're coming out of the basement anytime soon, but there's some other little gaps, little cracks in the standings that will make a significant difference. But we just got to keep winning.
Yep. Yeah, we're got to keep getting those points.
Setting 1 point behind Portland and Seattle now, just climbing a little bit further above that line that we don't want to get anywhere close to. But we have an opportunity by the end of the week, Matt. I think you said on our Discord, end of the week, we could possibly be all the way up into 4th place.
Yeah, we're 1 win away from the top 4, which is astounding.
This is absolutely the best racing team that I think it's the best racing team we have fielded so far in team history. Emma Sears setting a record, her 7th go this season, an all-time single-season record for racing. And, just the future is bright, and we know that we've got a lot of good talent here. We are missing Lauren Millay, and I think that Lauren Millay in those last couple of matches could have made a possible difference in those matches, but Weber stepped up. I mean, like, everybody's stepping up in the place of Lauren. They all love Lauren, right? And everybody's kind of stepping up in her absence. So kudos to Coach Bev and that coaching staff for racing, getting it done out in San Diego. It was exciting to see. And Katie exercised the demon of watching the away game. So that was good.
So is that five away wins this year? Is that what we've
4.
The record now? Is it 4 now? Okay.
4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
well, let's get a couple more. Why not?
It's just
what else are we
and we're getting a point when we go away against top tier teams. So it's just good. I mean, we are, and we're where we're at, and we deserve to be there. So
yeah, this is the most complete team we've ever fielded, and yeah, we're reaping the benefits for sure.
I think also too, Haas has just kind of quietly had solid games, and I think this was her best so far this season. I think she was just making it happen. Taylor Flint was controlling the midfield. Just
As always.
a lot of parts to this. It's more than just the goal scorers. It's more than just Jordan Bloomer stepping up. It's been just a total team effort, which is something you love to see, especially at this junction of the season. We talked about Louisville City possibly like peaking in some aspects after on the last program. Racing feels like they haven't peaked. I feel like they've got more.
I still think we need more depth on the bench, or bringing in high quality players to challenge for first team positions. I don't think it's too late in the season to really be looking at doing that. And hopefully there's some kind of super secret trade mystery or something happening behind the scenes that we don't know about. So it would be nice to get. I'm a little concerned especially when I see some of our defensive players going down and asking for the trainer or what have you, that we don't have a lot of depth in the defense on our bench. We don't have a lot of depth up top. We got Weber and Fisher kind of trading off. But I'd love to see a prolific goal scorer come in too. So those are the two things that I'm a little worried about. And even in the midfield, we don't have a ton of depth either. So,
yeah, I mean, Aaron Wright came up a little lame at some point during the game. So I mean,
remember
that's a huge blow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of people falling down and asking for a trainer, racing was not the only match of the weekend. Of course, guys, we had a match at Lynn Family Stadium on Saturday night where we got to see a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
See a lot of people lying down, taking a nap.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, Saturday night, Lynn Family Stadium featured a match full of close calls and lots of falls. Yes, lots of dives, injuries, stoppages in play, bad officiating, laying down, falling, and not getting up. Refs not caring about these things, and a 0-0 draw with a point going to both sides. New Mexico United taking one out of Tulsa's playbook, slowing this game down to an absolute crawl at times, irritating 10,000 plus and irritating us, but not enough to not do highlights. We're not that irritated. We can still do the highlights to this. So, yeah.
These are going to be substantially shorter than the racing highlights, though.
It was a shitty game to watch.
Man, it was not fun to watch.
So the Yellowbirds from New Mexico with the Yellow Bills sat upon my windowsill.
Was Jake Morse there as well?
we led them in with crumbs of bread, and then we smashed their fucking heads. No, we didn't. Actually, we tied them 0-0, so it wasn't.
We tied their fucking heads.
Nobody smashed anybody.
Yes. So this Morris made the start. It is debatable on the clairvoyance of that. I know some people had a problem with the way he played. Statistically, he actually played pretty well. So hard to say. I think everybody else is solidifying their spot.
I love what Jake brings to the team when he's in the squad. I was surprised not to see him healthy, but I was surprised that he was in the starting lineup after missing a few games. I thought maybe they would sort of ease him in as a substitute, maybe, but they threw him right into the fold. Also, as a substitute, we've got
a Perez sighting.
Yeah, Adrian Perez. Yeah, AP's back. He made an appearance there. Yep. The big change though is right there at the bottom of the screen. We've got Danny Fondez in at goal.
That surprised you got everybody, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, do we think that was a late scratch, or
I heard it was a midweek injury? So those people that are in the know, certainly not us, didn't know until we're staring at the boards right over there by the rabbit hole bar, looking at the lineup, and I'm like, wait, there's something going on in the goalkeeping position.
Yeah,
we had a very long discussion with
everybody.
Yeah, as somebody who attempts to do the names on the capo stand at the beginning of the match, Damien and Danny sound similar. So it's like Damien La Fondez.
You didn't look at the lineup before the game started?
No, no. I barely could look at anything.
we,
Got to do
we
your
have a
homework, John.
we come in the gate, we get water, we get beer, then we walk over and we look at the lineup, and then we.
Yeah, well, I've got things.
And then we go, oh, we just grunt at each other, and then
I've got things I gotta do. But while I'm thinking about it, a record time set by Ken getting through security. I could not. He beat me through security. I cannot believe it.
Wow.
I'm well trained.
All right, highlights.
Got all my shit in my hands, and I go through security, and yeah, it works.
We've only been doing it like 5 years. We finally figured it out.
Well, both you and I have been hung up there, confused and not sure what to do.
Yeah.
One time I was taking off my pants. It was bad. Just kidding. Okay.
He looked up and he wasn't even in line.
Does
that count as a shot on target? Because if it does, that is New Mexico's only shot on target for the entire half.
Yeah. We're still like early in the game. And then, the passes that they have were passes like this. They were just knocking it around in their end.
Yeah. So they sat pretty deep, right? It seemed to me, and you are the tactician of the two of us.
Oh God!
It looked like they were parking the bus without having scored.
Well, Danny said it in the post game interview. He said they were playing for a tie.
The whole game,
yeah, the whole game. Yeah, they were playing for a tie the whole game, and it seemed like to me that they weren't going to have a very high press. They weren't going to push a whole lot of bodies forward and overload some of the zones.
Well, that should be easy for us, right? We know what they're going to do. They showed their hand early. That indicated to us that maybe they're not confident in their attack. So all we got to do is score, right? Like that should be easy.
Again, according to Danny and the data that they looked in their calculator, which is a super secret machine in a Connex behind the stadium with big levers and stuff. And it told them that wing attacks, they were vulnerable on wing attacks. He said this in the post-game interview. I don't just happen to know it. And the like. And it seemed like we were trying to do that. But I mean, look at their line of confrontation. Look how far back. I mean, they're not even challenging us until we're getting past the, I don't know, what is that, the 35, 40 yards out.
Yeah. Well in the midfield. Yeah.
Two guys moving towards that attempted cross or attempted shot, which Morris did a lot of. But we weren't getting really good looks in that zone in front of the goal. So Morris was taking those shots and blasting over. He's got a wicked long range, but man, sometimes his accuracy is something to be desired.
When we start calling Jake, take Morris, because when he gets the ball, he's going to take that shot. I just came up with that. Off the top of the dome, everybody. You can have that for free, Louisville City. I think we were getting better looks than I think maybe we were giving ourselves credit for. We just couldn't finish.
Again, rising up.
Take Morris.
Over the goal. He had, 4 shots? I don't know how many of them were on target. Ooh, that was close.
I want to say that was off the post, but Shakes is gonna celebrate like he got a hand on it, but I don't think he did.
Shakes.
Yeah, stop 2 shots. Yeah,
a lot of yelling shake. Yeah.
Frustrated, Davila. That was our best chance of the game, at least to that point. Probably the entire game. Davi knows that he could have had one right there off that free kick.
Yep.
You're going to see, I believe, we're going to see a big time jump here, a big time skip. 89.
Oh, yeah.
90th
that second half was abysmal. I had left.
Nothing happened.
I wasn't feeling well, but God, it was the second half was terrible to watch because a lot of players laying on the ground. There's one in particular, 18 or 23 or somebody like that, spent half the game laying on the ground.
If this was my job, if this show was my job, I would go through and rewatch this game and time out all the time the players spent on the ground, but it's not my job, so I didn't do that. But it had to have been more than, what did we get, 5 minutes of stoppage?
5 or 6, somewhere right around there, which was not
Right.
nearly.
It should have been
Insane.
15. It should have
It
been.
was,
Yeah.
and it's
It's the inconsistency that bothers me about the whole thing.
we talked about this maybe last year or the show before that, is the amount of time in now modern soccer that we're watching that's being wasted and then actually not physically playing the game is going up. And it's starting to become problematic for the fans.
It didn't used to be this way, right? Like, soccer is a free and fluid game. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
But there's so many stoppages, at least within the NWSL and the USL.
And
I don't know if
time wasting, like deliberate, planned, well executed time wasting techniques. And
this started like incrementally, right? Like, it was just a few seasons ago they started adding hydration breaks, right? Over certain temperatures. But now we have hydration breaks every game, whatever the temperature.
It's become a thing. I feel like we're headed towards getting like quarters in American football. Which
We might as well at this point. I mean, if we're taking,
but they had goalkeeper delays from shakes. They had substitutes come in at 85 minutes. They had, lots of fouls committed in the midfield where they could just break up the play and not move it on very fast, all during the second half, which was terrible to watch. And just stalling possession and all this. It was
bad to watch. It was not good soccer, but I guess also in a sense we have to commend New Mexico a little bit because it worked. I mean, they went in and took a point off of the best team in the league at home, where they've been utterly, completely dominant, right? I mean, it worked.
And they took Goodrum out of
hate the player, hate the game, right?
I felt like that Goodrum was not even. I didn't hear his name called that much. I mean,
I don't think in general we were very sharp, and that's in finishing, obviously, in moving into the final third. I just don't think we were very sharp. It was a big letdown after 12 goals in 3 games.
Drink water.
You don't have to get emotional about it, Matt. Yeah, I mean, I think there was a lot of. I think there was a lot of missed opportunities in the final third for Louisville City, and Coach Cruz did hit on that after the match. He hit on some other things. I don't.
Quote, John.
Yeah, well, he hit on some other things that I thought were interesting. I've actually got let me get this mob off here. This is from Paul Miles' Twitter. Obviously, it's from my phone. There's a Cubs score. Go Cubbies at the top. This is from Paul Miles. Tonight was a disgrace. Referee has to control the game. They laid on the ground. We don't bring 10,000 people here to watch that. Coach Cruz after the match. Choice words that you will probably not be able to find. Luckily, this is not a very popular program, so we're not doing any damage to Louisville City. But obviously there was some. He was not very happy, and Coach Cruz is not one to take those kind of shots. We don't normally hear that kind of stuff from Coach Cruz. We have before, but it's not a normal thing. Not very happy about it. We weren't very happy about it. I've never seen so much stoppage in play. Just and then not only that, but Shakes taking a decade for goal kicks. I mean, hello, how long are they supposed to have? I know now there's that new rule now in EPL. It's like 8 seconds for like
8
that's
seconds.
a point of emphasis for international soccer, right? For like the IFAB, right? That's the point of emphasis this year is 8 seconds to take a goal kick, and then you get warned. I guess it didn't make its way down to the USL Championship, though.
Yeah, I guess not. But I mean, it was a draw is a draw. But this style we saw with Tulsa, right? Now we're seeing with New Mexico. Just slow down Louisville City as much as you possibly can and hope they don't score. They did play for a tie. They were celebrating like they had won the championship. Kudos to their they had some fans show up, and they were just, whoa, they were having dolly over there, having a great time. It's like the draw. I'm sorry. But
And that stuff, it pisses off Danny quite a bit. I think he was really pissed after the Tulsa game because of what they did. Somebody that you know really well is doing it to you. So I think valid point. I think we're going to see a lot of this, especially when we go play at places with turf small fields.
Oh, yeah.
mm-hmm.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Teams are scared of us, right? This is why they're doing this. They're scared of us, and they should be. I mean, frankly.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Louisville City still sits atop of the Eastern Conference. Charleston getting a big victory yesterday at home against Loudoun. But we are still standing atop of the league. We are still the best team in the league, I believe. And, yes, crazy stats out of this match, too. We were talking about the racing stats. 20 shots, only 4 on target for Louisville City. Expected XG for Louisville City was a 1.52. New Mexico, 0.23, which is just sickening. We had possession in this match. We've talked about that. We go kind of back and forth on that. Backline only allowing 1 shot on target was Louisville City. That is
something we haven't touched on that we should give the boys credit for is they rallied around Fondez in the start, and they really made it difficult for New Mexico to get anything going. I mean, it helps that it seemed like they weren't trying, but 1 shot on target all game. It was an easy save. So
Mexico wasn't.
Kudos to that.
They weren't attacking. They weren't attacking with any vigor. What do we got here?
A clean sheet. Ooh, what is this?
This is just random stuff. This is me peeking through the banner on the front of the Capo stand to watch the action. See, every once in a while I get clever ideas like that. I can actually see the peekaboo.
This is what you do when you're not learning the players' names for the lineup, huh?
Exactly. Not looking at the lineup.
Yeah, this is what I do. So something that I would like to bring up here. So this is over on the rail side with these. This is one of the new areas, Ken, that we've talked about. That's a little barricaded.
So bar seats, right?
Yes. So if you watch
really nice.
If you watch closely here, this lady here is telling you, you got that stamp there on your hand. You got that.
Oh yeah, that's the area stamp for important people.
You may pass. These seats are going to be available for both teams, from my understanding, for season tickets next season.
The team? Are you part of the Bourbon Brigade?
That's right. I'm part of the Bourbon Brigade.
We found the Bourbon Brigade.
All right. Hey, you can do more. You can tell your groups all about Louisville City.
Right. If you promise to tell a friend, you can make 17 easy payments of $400. No.
Yeah.
The seats are actually not too much different from what we had for racing last year, so we're kind of looking into it, thinking about it. Yeah, I'm going to get one of those stamps one way or another.
They remind me, the tables are nice, and they remind me of the movie theaters that have the swingy tables, and I'm a huge mark for those. I just really like movie theaters with the swing tables. It's the little things that really get me going.
Fair enough. One last little thing I'd like to hint on too is we talked about Coach Cruz saying what he said. The reason I kind of brought that up about the disgrace with the officials, I might have already said this, but you will not find that on YouTube. You will not find that the official press conference post-match interviews, which I thought was interesting. Also of interest, I don't know if I should be even saying this, but why not? We're not affiliated with anybody. Coach Cruz was really giving it to head of media for Louisville City. I think that's his position. What's Jonathan's title?
What does giving it mean?
Yeah, explain that, because you mentioned that before, and I
can take that a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Yelling at him as if he was one of the officials.
He was yelling at Lintner as if he was an official?
He was pissed off about something, and if I had to guess, this is just a guess, is that Lintner might have said, "Hey, you can't say that kind of stuff."
Yeah. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Fuck you.
I do what I want.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Mom. But yeah, I mean, he was mad.
Yeah, he I think he's got a little bit of a temper on him.
I mean, I would be mad too. And I mean, he had a good point.
I was mad.
Yeah, he had a great point. The officials, I mean, it's one thing. I mean, we know that, sometimes somebody falls down and we're like, yeah, he's fine. Sometimes they're not fine. So, I mean, like, I'm not going to say that, like, every single time they're just flopping or whatever. But, like, it's felt like even in those situations, there was not, like, a thing like, okay, let's go. It was just like, take your time.
They were lethargic in the first half, and then immediately into the second half. We couldn't have been 4 or 5 minutes into the second half. They're going down there, being down for a long time. And sometimes it's the same damn player going down, getting treatment.
Most of the time it is, yeah.
Coming back on, I'm fine, going down again. And if the ref doesn't see that at the beginning of the second half, then the ref's stupid.
And there were I didn't. If there were warnings, there weren't any cards for time wasting. There weren't any there was no rallying the players to get up. Like they just seem so lackadaisical. Nope. The referees just like let it happen.
Nope.
Disjointed, choppy play. I mean, God, you just hate to see it. Especially like Cruz said, in front of like 10,000 people. I mean, that sucks. That's our second biggest crowd of the year. And this is the game that they saw.
Shoot, sucker.
Yeah,
that's the worst part to me.
Other news and notes I would like to bring up. Kind of having a little bit of a tailgate changing of the guard / some changes. I don't know, Ken, if you'd like to elaborate on any of that, you can.
Well, good friends of ours are they're still going to be around, but Doug and Teresa are going to pull back some. So I think there was some sort of official ceremony, and the bus changed hands, and there were dogs jumping through hoops and dancing bears and all kinds of stuff like that.
People in robes. Yeah.
But actually, from a supporters community, Doug and Teresa have been stalwarts from the very beginning.
OGs.
For sure. Yeah. And it's a lot of work to pull off what they did with the bus, and even before the bus, underneath the tent at Slugger. Remember those days? When we started, we stopped marching from the Troll Pub and we started tailgating underneath the tents in the parking lot like there, and then just doing stuff, and he did a lot of stuff behind the scenes that maybe nobody ever saw. Thank you, Doug and Teresa, for gracing us with all the stuff that you all did. And
yes, 100%.
Being casuals at games and not having any abilities.
It's nice.
Yeah, we love Doug
and Teresa are legends, absolute legends. We've got so many great stories about them. Outside of my own family and maybe Taco Bell, I think maybe Doug is the person who has fed me most over the years. And he's asked for nothing in return. Nothing. Like you can throw in a couple bucks. I've done that. But you don't have to. Like he'll just feed you. Like he's just feeding people out there. And I mean, what could be more honorable than that?
Yeah. And I would like to point out too that I don't think Doug wanted this to be a big deal, and like maybe we shouldn't necessarily be talking about it, but we are, because we love Doug and we love Teresa, and we love Morgan. Don't forget Morgan. So, all right, well, tailgating is fun. Other things that are fun is tailgating when you're away, right? I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who likes to do it.
Depends on where you're going. Yeah.
Well, like I said at the top of the program, it's the 285th LIPA FC. This time, heading up north, right up 65 to Indy 11, a team that has been, by their own supporters' account, they are disappointed with the results so far this season, sitting in 8th place, if I'm not mistaken, right now on the table. Yeah, guys, Indy 11, we always make a big stink out of this game, so to speak. It's weird that this is the first match between us this season. It's kind of strange.
Yeah, it's sort of crept up, right?
It did. What do you guys see out of Indy 11? Anybody who wants to talk about it can talk.
Yeah, so they play in a small turf field. It's not quite as small as Detroit, but it's smaller than us, and it's turf. So that sucks for us and for soccer in general. And a piece of our soul
Players for sure.
die every time we play on turf. Just know that, Indy. That's what you're doing to the game. They'll probably bunker and counterattack. I think that gives them that. They need 3 points. They can't play for a tie like New Mexico or Tulsa, because they are in this conference and they are not. They're kind of right on that playoff line. So they're going to play for 3, which means they'll push bodies forward, which I think gives us opportunities to actually play a non-possession game, counterattack, and destroy them.
Destroy.
They're strong. Probably their strongest midfield player is Aiden Quinn. We know him well. We know him and love him well. Still, I'm on talking terms with him whenever I see him around, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm not.
You're not? Well, you're not.
Not anymore, Aiden. You're dead to us.
And they have a danger man from Ghana, Elvis Amoa, I think is how you pronounce his last name, but he hasn't really done shit this season. Indy really hasn't done shit this season, and it's been a number of seasons that they haven't done shit. I think the rivalry started off great, but not so much now.
Yeah, so this is the first of a 3-game road trip that we've got coming up. City's got coming up, and all 3 of those games are also on turf. So a lot of wear and tear on those knees.
Yep.
I want to point out first that Indiana is a state where you can buy exotic animals, so you can purchase an axolotl.
Oh.
Not this one. You cannot purchase this one in Indiana, but you can purchase an actual salamander in Indiana. The personnel and the formations, the tactics, none of that. This is one of those games where none of that shit really matters, right? Who cares who's on the field? It's LIPA FC, right? But the question I want to pose to both of you, has this rivalry sort of lost a little bit of its luster? We're looking at record-wise, I think we're, 11 wins City, 7 draws, and then 5 wins for Indy 11. And I think it's been a while since Indy 11 has gotten any points off of this rivalry.
How many of those games were even meaningful?
It's also a good question. I don't know.
2?
1. Playoff victory.
The playoff victory, which was early in the Indy coming into the USL, right? It was relatively early.
Yeah, we had hope in that. What was that? 2021? 2019 maybe?
I think it was pre-pandemic.
Yeah, so I think it was 2019. It's been a while.
It's been a while, and they were in the NASL, and then they came over year 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. And there was a little bit of a rivalry, and we had a lot of fun with LIPA FC, and we used to make videos and write stories and make up lore and history and all of that stuff. And they did it, and they even trolled us with a remember the plane where they were pulling one of those banners behind the plane?
Oh yeah, the Nickelback sign.
The LouCity loves Nickelback.
Yeah,
what it said. And they flew it around Slugger Field for the game. But that stuff doesn't happen anymore. So, I don't know what killed the luster. Did the pandemic kill it, or did Indy just kill it themselves because they are not very good? I don't know.
Yeah, this game, it really snuck up on me. I didn't even, it wasn't even on my radar, to be honest. And maybe that's on me. Maybe it's because I'm not as active. Maybe for some people that the rivalry is still very heated. I've used this analogy before, but they are a rival like a hammer is a rival to a nail. We've had much more success, and it's to the point where was there ever a rivalry? I mean, it is invented.
That's the name, though. LIPA FC. It's a rivalry that's manufactured by geography. Yeah, and that's it.
I hate to break kayfabe, but yeah.
There is a trophy, okay, and I think a lot of Louisville City fans really look forward to the trip. I mean, keep in mind, probably the greatest away victory of all time was at that stadium that we are going to on Saturday. So I mean, like, there's a lot of people that love traveling up there. It's an easy drive, obviously. In the future, hopefully, they'll have that a new stadium, and it'll be even a better occasion. So I think the fans really make this rivalry more than anything, not exactly the competition between the teams, because let's just face it, we have owned Indy 11. We will continue to own them until the end of time.
Yes.
Next.
To be clear, I want to dominate this team 100%. Even if the rivalry has lost its luster, I want to beat them 100-0 every single time we play.
Yeah. And from all accounts, every time I've met when Indy 11 supporters were down here and stuff, they were fun to hang out with, whatever. But this is not a rivalry in the sense of these teams have just been fighting it down to the wire every year. I mean, to be honest with you, there's been a revolving door. If you're going to look at our rivals based on competition, it's been a revolving door in the USL. We've gone from Pittsburgh to Tampa Bay to Charleston, and it's just really whoever is giving us the biggest run for the money, as we always seem to find ourselves toward the top of the table in one way, shape, or form. So, I'm looking forward to this match on Saturday, although I'm not going. I wanted to try to go to this match, but I can't make it. I'm sorry.
I'm a game time decision. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not sure. And we're gonna have them again. We're gonna have them at home October, I want to say 4th, I believe. Sometime early in October. So we're gonna see them again in short succession. And maybe we'll pose that question again, depending on what happens over the weekend.
In case you're wondering,
one more time.
In case you're wondering, all time Indy 11 sets with 5 wins. Louisville City with 11 wins, 7 draws between these teams. So
heard that somewhere before.
LIPA FC. Did you say it earlier?
Yeah,
No.
Somebody did. Somebody.
I don't pay attention to what you guys are saying. You know that.
We know. Now we validated it.
Yeah.
Now we've got evidence.
Well, on to our final segment that I will not be paying attention to what you're saying again. We will be back home. We won't be deep in Texas. We'll be at home this weekend. Houston. Houston might have a problem at Lynn Family Stadium this Saturday as we welcome the Dash. They dash into town, scattering about. They are lower on the table than Racing. And looking down at Houston is something that is a good feeling. This team has some threats out there. They're not by any means a pushover, and anything can happen any match in the NWSL. We know that, Ken. Are you excited about Friday night? Beautiful weather in the forecast.
I am. We have a shorter turnaround because we finished our game on Sunday, probably flew back on Monday, which means I don't know if they get a day off in that circumstance because they have the game on Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, prep for the next game, and then Friday play. At least we're not traveling away somewhere else on Friday. So it's not that short of a turnaround, but it still is a short turnaround. And we, I'll say it again, don't have a super deep bench. So we just want to make sure we're getting the kind of rest that we need. We create more chances than Houston. We don't concede as many as they do. They score more than us, but they also leak goals. So I do think if we want to get some goals on the season, exploit, like we were talking about before with our 2 speedy wingers, stretch them out and knock them in. What do you think,
Matt? During this stretch, since the midseason break, Houston is unbeaten. They are unbeaten in 4, and during that time, they've pulled level or gone ahead 3 times out of those 4 games after the 88th minute. So this is a team that plays to the very end. So we just demonstrated in this previous game that we can kill a game. We can win a 1-goal game close. So we might have to do it again. So just be on the lookout for that. Let's see. Other than that, Houston's done us quite a few favors, to be honest, because while we were dropping some points the last few games, getting those draws on the road, Houston's been beating teams that could have left us in the standings, right? They've been beating and drawing teams. They beat Gotham. Who else? They just drew with Seattle. And then they beat North Carolina. So they've kept Seattle close for us, and they beat teams that could have passed us up. So I don't see why they wouldn't do us another favor and just kind of lay down and let us get these 3 points that we need more than they do.
Sounds like a good strategy.
Yeah.
They've got experience in goal between the sticks with Jane Campbell. Who is she the number one for the U.S. right now, or that's still being debated? I think it's still being.
Yeah, I think it's up in the air. But she faces more shots than except Bloomer. Bloomer faces a lot of shots. She faces a lot of shots.
Here's an opportunity to score here, I think.
Yeah.
They do have returning from a hamstring injury, Michelle Alozie. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Nigerian striker.
Yes.
And she won the game for them against Gotham. So, again, but we're no stranger to having these strong, speedy strikers and managing them. So I think our defense between Gene and Wright are in a good position to be able to do that. Corners, I think, are a good opportunity for us as well.
Oh, yeah.
Still waiting for that header goal from Taylor Flint.
Hell yeah. We had 0 corners in that last game. In San Diego, by the way. No corners. Not a single one.
Not one.
Yep.
But we expected that, though. We totally expected to kind of cede possession and see all of those stats that are related to possession. So, hey, it worked.
Houston's also a team that likes to possess the ball. I think they might lead the league in possession, to be honest. So, plays into our style. Again, Houston, just do us one more favor and lose this game.
Just one more. That's all we're asking for.
That's all we're asking. That's it. Just cede this victory to us.
I'm obligated to talk about my first ever fair occasion.
Your first ever fair. You've never gone to fair?
This is the first time I ever went to the fair, and I think it's important because I had a donut burger. There I am. Katie told me I had to show this or I'd be in big trouble. A donut burger. I also had the turkey leg. Deep fried.
Turkey leg, always a crowd favorite.
Yeah, I found Colonel Sanders there. But my favorite part here was, let's see. Yeah, our boy, Goodrum, in a picture. Isn't that neat?
In an art contest.
Yeah.
Who took this picture? Do you know? Did we get the...
Gosh, I did have the name. I'm sorry, I don't have the name.
So it's non-attributional art? Was it an AI?
Is it an NFT?
I'm pretty sure that right there happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It seemed like it. Yeah, he's flexed before. I've seen that.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing though. That's his power move, the flex. I think
we have definitely seen that. Also, one last thing too. Speaking of some NWSL information, we had a record crowd over the weekend. Bay FC 40,000 plus in San Francisco for this match at AT&T Park.
Stadium.
Yeah, in a baseball stadium. Who would ever thought?
Embarrassing.
Yeah. Is that their permanent home, or do they play somewhere else?
They play somewhere else, but I think they just wanted to show they could do it as largest.
Is this where the Giants play? Is this
yes.
What is it, Oracle?
Okay. No, AT&T Park, I believe it's called.
Petco Field?
That's San Diego. This was the largest crowd to see a women's professional sporting event in American history, I believe.
Very cool.
They are those West Coast teams are blowing up attendance. That is for sure. You know, San Diego, Kansas City with their new stadium, LA, Bay FC, Portland, Seattle. They're all starting to blow up attendance. So we need to get on our horse and catch up.
Pretty exciting. One last little thing I had. We actually had the prototype for New Mexico kits. I forgot to share it earlier. I'd like to share it now with you guys. Thank you, Ken, for that one. All right, guys. Well,
I'm not going there.
That they have the papyrus font on the front. whatever casino sponsors them. It's the papyrus font, and it's
Yes.
it's bad.
Yes.
It's basically Comic Sans.
Well, you guys thought
Bad.
you were going to get away with without having, because Luprin pays us well. Okay, so we have to have a Purple Pop quiz. And here it comes.
Ooh.
Who did Emma Sears top to become racing's all-time single-season goal leader? So last night, Emma Sears scoring her 7th, which put her atop. Okay, do we understand the question? Who did she beat who was previously the top single season goal scorer record holder for racing? Now, let's see. What do you got? I see a lot of thinking going on. Boy, this is some deep thought
this is
here
my
for
thinking
this one.
phase.
Folks, they understand the question. This is a first so far with the Purple Pop quiz. Luprin is going to be happy about this. They were kind of complaining after the last show. Too much talk about the questions.
Corporate masters.
The
I have a
question
guess.
maker.
I have a guess. I don't know if it's right or not, but I'm going to guess.
All right, what is your official guess?
CC Kaiser.
I was gonna say CC Kaiser. I was gonna say
first.
that. Well, if that is the answer, then I also get it right. But if it's not the answer and it's Jess McDonald, then I said Jess McDonald as well.
All right, what's the answer?
Is it CC? I bet it's CC.
Fucking hell.
Oh wow.
I did not know that.
The Good Doctor. Yeah, I did not either.
Just like out half the season with a
Nadia
something
Nadim,
broken,
6.
right? Didn't she rip her ACL or something like that?
Yeah,
And then she fixed it on the field.
that was
she did.
that was
She
the
invented a new
herself,
surgical method to fix it on the field in 2 different languages.
that was the 2022 campaign for racing. Nadia scoring 6 goals and Emma scoring the 7th last night.
As if Nadia could not get more impressive.
Yep, absolutely. Well, all right. I hope you enjoyed that little pop quiz. Congratulations on both of you not having the correct answer. We hope that you have the correct answer when you scan this Discord QR code. You can join the Discord. We also have the link in the descriptions for those of you that, like me, use your phone to scan QR codes. So how do you scan a QR code on the screen if it's on your phone? I don't know. It's maybe somebody can figure this out. But check out our Discord. It's a lot of fun. We talk a lot about all sorts of stuff. And join us if you'd like. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more ridiculous content. Ken, do you have any closing thoughts for today?
No, it's going to be a great weekend. So let's go watch some soccer.
Yep. Matt?
Yeah, what he said.
Well, I'll say the same thing. Come see us Friday evening. Ice cream sandwiches for all. Well, no, we're not going to.
Yeah.
They're free. I heard they're free.
Yeah, are they really? Well, I'm going to have one regardless. It doesn't really matter what it costs at this point. They've suckered me in. Now I'm addicted. So, yeah, let's get out. It's going to be a while before City is back at home. And if you're a City fan and you've never been to a racing game, you need to come check it out. And it's a lot of fun. And you get to just experience it all. World-class athletes here in Louisville, Kentucky, and racing. Going to be taking it to Houston. So, well, that's all the time we have this evening. We thank you all for joining us very, very much, and we will see you next time, Purple Family. My name's John Harper. For Ken Luther, Matt Dalton, bye-bye, everybody.
If you're going to Indy, don't get in a fight and eat Portillo's. That's all I got for you. Goodbye. I love you.